Hello, it's another Thursday night, and that can only mean one thing on oNiD. It's another round of the Rookies Championship. It's round 4 at Brands Hatch, and I'm Alex Parkin. Joining me in the commentary box tonight is another member of the admin team, it's Dave.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Nice.
Excited to see what Brands brings to the Rookies, or what the Rookies bring to Brands, I should say.
Very good point. It's a good track, Brands. I like it, man.
Yeah, it's a much shorter, so the last few tracks we've done have been very long lap times. And this, as we've seen in some of the practice laps, have been in the mid 120s. So, yeah, it should be interesting to see sort of how the shorter laps affect it. And it's a longer race as well. It's an hour race, so we're going to see plenty of blue flag action.
It'll be a good challenge to see how they handle that, won't it? The Rookies. We've not had many long races so far, have we, in the championship?
No. As far as track length concerned, I think Suzuka was the longest we've done so far. Yes, we had Hungaroring, then which is a relatively short lap. Then we had Suzuka, which is 2 minutes a lap, and then we had Alton last week, which is slightly longer than Brands, but they were shorter races. So
yeah, it'll be an interesting challenge. It's a track you can't really get much of a breather on, is it? Even the straights aren't really that straight, and the grass everywhere. There's no runoff areas. You've got to stay concentrated, and that'll prove a really interesting challenge over an hour. Gone for a bit of a unique or a different race setup this time. It's an hour-long race, as Dave mentioned. We've got 2 pit stops and no pit window either, so quite a wide range of strategies available, which could help cars in traffic, I guess, get them out of harm's way. But yeah, two pit stops, both for tyres and fuel, so there's a wide range of options available for everyone on track.
just to start the stream off with a bang, Mr. Johnny Ash himself is in the chat, throwing subscriptions left, right and centre. Thank you very much, Johnny.
Yeah, thanks, man. He also says hi. Who else have we got in the chat? We've got Miles Dixon, we've got Heike van der Veen, hello everyone. Ben, hello. He's working the cameras tonight, by the way. You might not hear from him. Or if you do, something's gone wrong, so let's hope you don't hear from him.
I think JJFF11 is J Finn, who is 10th on the board on the left, as you can see.
Very nice. Yeah, we probably should mention the on-track action. We've got cars on track underway. We're 5 minutes into qualifying, and it's the AM cars out on track. Torn setting the early pace, followed by Kovacic and Page. We've got Palman, Jensen, and Gora also in the AM category. Oh, and Van der Molen out on track. So that's what's going on at the minute.
Yeah, so leading the AMs in the championship is Palman Jensen. He's first with 106 points. Just behind him in second is Marcel Zima with 100. Oh,
textbook stream snipe, Dave.
Yep. Calling him out for being first in the championship, and he puts it in a wall. So he's very closely followed by Marcel Zima, who's on 104 points. So he's 2 points behind him in the championship standings. And then right behind them is Remco Torn, who's on pole at the moment. And he's only 3 points behind on 101. So there's 5 points separating the top 3 in AM at the moment. Very close.
Definitely. We've got similar pictures in Silver and Pro, really, because we've got Rooney and Zadu on 126 points. They're tied for the lead. And then in Silver, we've also got Fair and Evans, who are only separated by 8 points. So it's some sort of feature of the Rookies where people don't tend to run away with the title.
No, yeah, it's been really close all season.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm good. I've missed quite a few rounds due to work, but finally made it for round 4. This Palman Jensen on my screen just goes off again and invalidates the lap, so I think we're definitely jinxing Dave here already.
Yeah, we're currently on board with Gora, who has actually done quite well. I think he's missed a couple of rounds, but he's up there. He's in 4th overall. I think he's had a couple of issues, but generally his pace is quite fast. I think we're just watching him hopefully come around for a valid lap now, as we do only have 4 minutes left of the AMS session. So yeah, hopefully he's going to put in a lap here. I'm expecting to see him to go up there at least.
It's got the pace, and that is one good feature of a short track like we've touched on with Brands. You're going to get a lot of bites of the cherry, even in a 10-minute qualifying, aren't you, to rescue something.
Yeah, as we see him go second, basically 0.4 tenths off. Very close. The interesting is Marcel Siemers, who I would expect to be pretty close to Torn, is 1.4 off, so we're having a few issues here. As Kovacic goes third, that's a cracking lap from him. Kovacic has been turning up and doing really well, actually. I've seen great improvement from him over the course of the season.
Yeah, he had a little break for it, didn't he, from ACC, and he's getting back into the swing of things. Definitely is third. I think just looking at the practice time, Seema has only just joined at the end of practice. He did not set a time in there, so he might be feeling a little rusty going into the race.
Ah, okay, fair. He's in that Aston Martin that I was going to say, he's in the Aston Martin, which we've seen a little sort of mini patch for, which I think has increased its performance ever so slightly. So hopefully, you know, coming in with minimal practice, should be able to just pick it up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I had a little drive with it around Watkins Glen after the patch, and the bottom of first gear, which was awful previously, did feel a little more, well, less terrible.
Bit more responsive, I guess.
Yeah, didn't feel like it were about to stall.
Yeah.
2 minutes left in AM qualifying. How do you find this track then, Dave? Is it one you enjoy? Do you hate it?
It was a love-hate for me. I used to hate it. It was the fast. I'm not sure I should know the names of the corners, but I don't know. It's where Seema is at the moment. But yeah, sort of the fast-flowing right-handers. I just could never get my braking point and speed right, because I was always the one that was like, I need to go faster, I need to go faster, I need to go faster, and I was just struggled and struggled. So
sorry to interrupt there, Dave. Chatter right. Look at Kovacic's time. He's slotted in with a fantastic lap out of nowhere.
Wow.
Second is about I think he gained about 1.5 seconds on that last lap.
Holy. Like I said, he's really he's like one of the oNiD OGs. He's been around for quite a while, and I think we came in as sort of a beginner, but I think recently we've seen him pick up sort of quite quickly. You know, especially even just over the course of this series. Yeah, really improved.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cracking up for him to start, you know, potentially start on the front row of the AMS. We'll see if Palmer Jensen can bring his time down.
It's turned into a good three-way battle for Paul with about 40 seconds left. It's to say Torn had about a second advantage not long ago. You've suddenly got 3 other cars within just over half a second of him. It could be a good race.
Yeah, towards the beginning it was Seema that was in second with the 1.3 behind, and now he has 3 cars slotted in nicely. Oh, as we see, Palmer Jensen
there we
take
go.
pole. There you go.
Blows it wide open. Yeah, the championship leader takes potentially pole in AM class. And yeah, Adam saying in chat, not bad for someone who's almost 70. Fantastic stuff by Kovacic as he returns to pits. And the silver cars head out to track. Who are you feeling for silver pole, Dave?
Like we can see Med V Twitch in chat saying, come on, our Wolf, we are here. Richard Wolf wasn't here last week, and he's been pretty up there each week, and well, the weeks he's been here. So yeah, I'm expecting Wolf to come back with a bang. Only time will tell. We've seen Callum Evans be quite fast as well. So yeah, my money would be on one of those two. If I had to choose one, I'd go for Wolf.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it slight curveball from what you just said and go for De Vrij. He was 6th in practice, which was behind Wolf, but the Lambo is pretty quick if you can keep it on the track. It's the keep it on track part which is tricky.
Yeah, it's one of those cars, isn't it? You either get it horribly right or horribly wrong.
Yeah, it's an unforgiving track as well, isn't it? There's a few curves are drivable, but overset the mark, you're in serious trouble. And the barriers are close by for a lot of it.
That's it, yeah. So, especially going through this fast section we're seeing here, as soon as you touch that grass, you just slide, and the only thing that's going to stop you is a barrier.
Yeah, definitely. I've felt that many times myself, and the tricky one. As we see Wolf about, is he starting his first fast lap?
Yeah, he must be starting his first fast now, yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't really like the track. It's just because it's so unforgiving. If you do get it wrong, chances are you'll probably be headfirst in a barrier. So yeah.
When you hook those laps at though, man, that outer section with the fast right-handers does feel incredible. When you just get it lined up right and you carry the speed through, it is a superb track to drive. I think I do like it, but like you say, if you're not feeling it or you're just not quite in the mood for driving it, it's just not fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. What I want to have a look at is where we're coming through these fast right-handers now, where Richard Wolff is. So this corner he's coming up to, you can cut a lot of the inside curb, mostly where you can sort of like go across the grass really, and then go out wide like he's just done there. It'd be interesting to see how some of the AMs take these corners, because even this corner he's just gone over there. You can really abuse those corners to gain loads of speed and carry loads of speed through them. So it'd be nice to see some of the AMs as we're going through the race, developing those corners and gaining time as they're racing. Watching between the classes is going to be interesting to see how they take that section of the track.
Yeah, and that potential speed differential is why qualifying is so important, as Wolff goes pole by over a second. You do not want to get stuck behind a slower car on this track. It is very tricky to pass in a lot of places, and there's just no margin for error when passing.
Thankfully, our blue flag rule is that the slower car must let the moves happen, and there's plenty of straights here to let those moves happen, so hopefully we shouldn't see too many issues. But as we see your prediction of Devore goes second by 6/10.
Yeah, Palman Jensen's time standing up quite well so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know it's early days, but he's ahead of all bar 3 of the silver cars, so he'll be pleased anyways on pole, but yeah, it's a good going for a 26 flat.
I was going to say, if he has Lazewski and Feyer between him and Gora, then, you know, there's two other cars for Gora to get past to get to him, so.
Yeah, it's a nice little buffer to help him in the championship as well. Currently on board with another admin, Adam D. I know he wasn't enjoyed like Cecilia, was he, in practice? It's a bit snappy by the sounds of it on this track.
Bit of setup work required to sort of tune it into how he drives, but yeah, I think it sounded like he was on an improvement sort of towards the end of practice. So,
and the race engineer set him right by the sounds of it, I think, didn't he, and got him in the right direction.
Yeah.
Could be a good little admin battle. That is currently on the same row of the grid. Oh, nope,
lovely
not anymore. I was about to say it's on the same row of the grid as Dan Hyde, another admin, but nope.
See, he says this every week. He says he does absolutely terribly in free practice, and then the moment he gets into qualifying, the second or third lap he does sticks him right in the mix. So, yeah, there you go. 5/10 off Richard Wolff's current pole time. So, yeah, really good luck from Adam.
Purple sector 2 from Adam as well, half a second faster than anything in practice. That is some lap. You've got an even split of purple sectors actually. You've got Callum Evans with the fastest first sector, who's currently second. Adam Diaz the fastest middle sector, and then Wolff, your prediction for pole, has the quickest third sector. If one of them can hook more than one purple sector together, then any one of them can take pole. Really, it's wide open so far. Kebab TTV saying is sandbagging. Yeah, throw him in pro class, come on Sundays, see how he does.
Nah, you would not be happy with that.
Oh man, yeah, that would be a step up. It's pretty clean going in qualifying so far. You've got a nice even spread of the field, which is always good, gives each other space to set those laps. No yellow flags really for a good while now, since you sniped Palman Jensen all those about 10-15 minutes ago, so good going.
Just seeing Van der Veen come over the line. Does he improve here? No, unfortunately no improvement. Very close to so consistent. Basically did the same lap as his best. Yeah.
On a track like that, that is half the battle, isn't it? I'm finding that level of consistency as we switch to De Vroid, who's third, beats Andy's time. It's not making those mistakes, keeping those lap times consistent, and hopefully your opponents drop off the road in front of you if they make mistakes.
Yeah, that is half the battle, especially now it's an hour-long race. You know, there's plenty of time. You could be right down in the middle of the pack early on, but you've got plenty of time to make it up, to make those positions up. Like I said, it's just about being consistent, waiting for others to make mistakes, and capitalising on it.
Yeah, someone's assessed for a mod in chat. We've got someone requesting followers. I don't know if you can hear me, Ben, but if you could delete that comment, would be good. That's an interesting livery, that one. Nice and bright. Definitely stands out, the Devoid Lambert.
Yes. Devoid Racing. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a good battle as well at the top of Silver. Wolf's got a decent gap, but then behind him you've got Evans in second down to Fair in sixth. They're only separated by 4/10, so that's shaping up to be a good battle in the race. As we have 2 minutes left, so there's still time for things to change. Who will be happy? Someone who's not even on track. Palin Jensen, that gap we were talking about between him and Gora. Ooh, I've jinxed it.
Closes by one.
Yeah. Still pretty good though, Dan Hyde and Peters between them.
Oh, it's very, very close lap time there from Lazewski to Palmer Jensen.
Has Cammy... Oh no, sorry. I was going to say has Cammy had an issue, but no, she's in pro class, that's why she's not set a time yet.
Yes, she is in the pro class, yes.
Yep, I think as the last silver car just sets the time. Sorry, I didn't quite catch who that was, but yeah, there's no silver cars left to set a valid lap, so that's good. No one's going to get stuck at the back.
So, James Taylor, who we're watching come over the line now, improves slightly, I think, but not quite enough to catch up with Adam. James Taylor had a cracking second race last week. Last week it was separated into 2 races, and the second race, Devoid had made a massive gap by about 10 seconds, I think. Was basically racing on his own for a while, but then something happened with Devoid, and he was just sort of slowing up. And James Taylor, there was a cracking race across the last lap. James Taylor right on the back of Devoid for first position in silver, so he was looking to regain some of those points that he didn't get from getting first last week, but currently in fifth. But yeah. We've got Callum Evans coming up to the final corner.
Got to find 2 turns to get on pole. He's over the line in a few seconds. Will he be able to steal it? Ooh, Wolf's just gone faster as well. Oh, but Evans pips him by a 10th.
There you go, into the 24s.
That's a great qualifying battle. Wolf just went faster by about a 10th than his previous best, and then Evans went even faster than that. Great going.
I think with those times we will definitely be seeing some silvers mixing it up with the pros.
Yeah, absolutely. We got into the... We only had 1 car in the 24s in practice. I know the track's gone too fast, but that's a great time by Evans. He could even be on the front row of the grid overall, really.
Yeah, saying that, yeah, I think some of the faster laps were low 24s in the pros, so yeah, could be right up at the front.
Yeah, our predictions didn't do too well, man. You came second, I came fourth. So, well, how you? As the pros head out on the outlaps, man, who you fancy for pole?
I think so. In the second race last week, unfortunately, Drake Cruz was involved in an incident when he was leading the race by 5 or 6 seconds and ended up finishing quite low down the order. So I think he's going to be coming back fighting. So I'm going to go for him. I think he's going to put in the extra effort this week to make sure he gets on pole and wins.
Yeah, his qualifying pace and his pace in the evaluation race was absolutely phenomenal. But hopefully can put one of those races up and challenge Rooney, get himself back in the title fight perhaps. But I think Rooney will take it. He had a good 3-4 tenths lead in practice and is pretty consistently fast, I think, so far from what I've seen in the season. So he's my call.
Yeah, he's got hot contention with Rooney. One person who, okay, Zudu is here. He must have joined a little bit later. I didn't see him in free practice, but yeah, we've got Zudu and Rooney currently leading the championship. So be interesting to see where they finish. I think Rooney was second in free practice, so not too far behind Drake Cruz. But again, it's one of those things where is pit strategy going to come into play? It definitely did at Suzuka, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what pit strategies these guys take here. But yeah, currently on board with Cami Sturch, who's on her first flying lap in the Go for the Gap racing livery.
Another very nice standout livery. I like that one. The pink and yellow works for me.
Yeah, I do kind of like pink on racing cars. Seems to just, I don't know, just seems to work.
It pops.
It pops. It's a great way of putting it.
Ampha asked us not to mention Palman Jensen this week. He died last week when we did that. So
okay.
Okay. Can we get around that without saying his name?
Mike struggles, seeing is he on pole of the AMS?
He is.
Saying that I did, yeah, I was going to say, I did mention him, and immediately we saw him crash. So,
do you limit yourself to one stream snipe a week, Dave, or is it?
I try to.
We've got out of the way early this week then.
Oh, so there you go. That's a bit of a warm-up lap there for Cami, I think. Puts herself in 18th.
BP goes pole already. Oh, and nearly has a coming together with someone, but he'll be pleased with that. They're on pole position in the McLaren.
Yeah, really quick there from BP.
Yeah,
someone who wasn't really in contention in free practice. And there's Rooney going slightly faster, 500ths faster.
Absolutely nothing separating them already. And Drake Cruz slots into 5th, Bison 9th, Simo's 13th, Finney 16th.
They're all over the place at the moment. I know they've only been out on track for 2 laps, but yeah, the first laps, I'm assuming they're all just warming up, getting those tyres up to temperature, and then they can really start pushing.
Well, if Rooney's not pushing, then he's got a hell of a lap time in him somewhere.
True.
Yeah, for 24.5.
Yeah. Maybe he's just closed all the brake ducts and his tyres will warm after the warm-up lap.
Thick brake pads for him.
Yeah.
The track has just ticked over to Optimum as well, which will help.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it will do. Yeah. So, I was going to say, Linus Weiss we're seeing on stream at the moment. He was right up there at the front in free practice. So, let's see where he puts himself. Goes up to 5th. Just less than 3/10 off pole. Tuck Gibson in pole.
Nice. That is 3 cars within a 10th. That is superb. 5 minutes left to change things, but Callum Evans in silver as well. He's got himself a nice little buffer. Zudu goes top by half a second, a 24 flat and change.
Oh.
That's some lap. Nearly the 23s.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if we see a 23 here. I suppose the difference here may be that the free practice session was on a green or fast. I think it was a green track. So now we're seeing Optimum. Maybe everyone's able to push that a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it just switched over to fast in the driver's briefing, so they didn't really get any sort of a run in practice.
Adam's suggestion in chat is we should call Palman Jensen PJ, which sounds like a good idea, to be honest. Maybe I won't stream snipe him. So I think where we're going to see issues is this corner here where Jack Finn, hopefully I'm not going to snipe Jack Finn. No, he seems okay. But yeah, I think that corner, if you cut too much of that inner left curb, it can spit you out and send you on a rotation. So we may see some incidents there if people aren't quite consistent across the hour, but we will see. Mr. Finn puts himself in 13th. Not bad going from him.
That is stuff. Just ahead of Cami. Oh, no, just behind Cami now. She improves by a couple of tenths, goes up to 11. Yeah, that left-hander, and is it Graham Hill, the first left-hander of the lap? The inside curve on those is treacherous if you get it wrong.
Yes, yeah, you hit the left-hander at the bottom of Graham Hill, and it just, the back end just swings off to the right, and you're in the barrier on the left. It was another corner that I used to hate when driving this track, but
some more spot in chat. Sorry.
I was just about to say Rooney's closed that gap to just under a 10th.
Yeah, they pulled out a little bit of a gap, haven't they? They took Gibson and Drake Cruz. And BP, who set the early pace.
So Drake Cruz is in the pit. Looks like he's coming back out. I'd say Drake Cruz has changed his livery this week. It's a little bit more standout. We'll when he comes up on stream, we'll mention it.
The pulse colours, I believe.
Oh yes, that's good point. Yeah.
As we go on board with Cami as she comes up to finish another lap. 2.5 minutes left. I think we've got a yellow flag, but that is the pit lane glitch. And then, as I say, that Sammy Roughton resets to pits as well. So
Sam Roughton being a victim of the corner we were just talking about. Straight into the wall on the left. So, yeah. Oh, Cami goes 6th.
Nice.
Nice. More improving. So from her first lap that she set, the banker, she's gone up about 1.5 seconds. So lovely improvements there.
Yeah, so build into it. She's in that trainer. Oh, well, the top 10 are separated by less than a second. That is, as long as they don't hit each other on the first lap, that could turn us to some hours racing.
Oh, we've got a subscription from Princess JT. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the princess is in the house.
To the chat. I say welcome to the chat. You hear it all the time, and we love it.
Damn right. Right. Just under 2 minutes to go in qualifying before an hour-long race. We've got the pros on track. Who have we got current to start finishing lap? We've got BP current to finish a lap. Drake Cruz on track. Pretty much the whole pro class.
Yeah, no one's decided to bow out just yet. Just watching Jack Finn at the moment. Let's see if he improves.
BP resets to pit, so I think that probably will be the end of their qualifying. How long is left?
Finn does improve, yeah.
Very nice. Cami coming up to finish her last lap, and she can't improve, so she'll start the race 6th. Oh no, sorry, she's got a minute left. Ignore me.
Oh, look at that. I didn't see that. Didn't see that livery last week. It's got Cadbury's livery there. Lovely. Oh, good old Stephen Bain.
That is nice.
Currently in 22nd, having a bit of a nightmare this qualifying. Hopefully this lap is much better.
I'll be hoping he's got some ground to make up if he's going to score good points. At least he's got another pro car in Simon to battle with, but I'm not sure that's much comfort, to be fair.
I'm expecting he's improving here. Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
15th.
by much. He's gone up. Well, was Sam Roughton behind him, or was he in front?
I can't remember, to be fair. I think Bain was behind him, but not. He was on the same row of the grid.
There you go. Yeah, confirmed it is a Pulse livery.
Yep.
I'm looking at it on my screen. I don't have it, so it is bright pink and bright yellow, and it is, but there's no black. I'm assuming he's improving. Oh no.
Yes, there's no
Very
mistake in
close.
those team colours. Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, very consistent there.
So last car's on the track, finishing the last lap now before the race. We've got Finn crossing the line. He goes up to 6th. Just nips ahead of Cami, half a second off pole. Good lap by him, improves by a couple of tenths. Car number 5, Cami pulls into the pits, he's done. Car 111 Vice does the same. And then over the line comes Simoes, currently 19th. He goes up to 16th, so he's got Bain for company. Then we've got number 18, Sammy Roughton, he finishes last lap. Improves a little bit, goes to 20th, so he, 20th on the grid. He's going to be starting the race a little bit off the other pro cars. Only a couple of cars left to finish qualifying now, man. Zach Finney and Drake Cruz, I think, are the only ones left to set laps.
Cruz's last attempt at improving on his time. He's 4 tenths off at the moment, so it's pretty close, but he won't be happy with that. He wants pole.
Yeah, Finney finishes lap, can't improve, so he'll start the race 11th.
Bit of a tight bit of squirrely there. He's back inside to leave him, but caught it and goes second.
Second. Oh, nice lap right at the death.
Puts himself on the front row.
Very nice. That was some qualifying, man. The
Yeah.
gap in time between the top, 12 cars or so, I think it was just about a second.
So yeah, Drake Cruz will be on the outside for turn 1. So yeah, Really good.
Hiker in chat threatening to go back to the Nissan for the next series. That would be a bold move, I think, Dave. It's
Oh my lord! Don't
he
do it to
must,
yourself. Don't do
he,
it.
he must miss that car, but oh man, just think how good this car felt when you moved away from the Nissan Hiker. Right. So yeah,
He's in the Lexus, isn't he? Yeah.
does sound a tricky car to drive around here. I can't say I've touched the Lexus much, but yeah, sounds like an odd one to drive.
It was the car I started with. I think it's quite beginner friendly. I quite enjoyed it. I quickly moved on to the Porsche, which is the complete opposite of beginner friendly.
Can't remember my first car. The first car I really enjoyed was the Ferrari Evo, but I think I probably drove like the Aston at first, perhaps. Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, like saying the only good race he's had in the Lexus was at Paul Ricard, and that completely makes sense. That top end speed of that thing is amazing.
Yeah, straight line rocket ship. Right, so yeah.
I'm just going to leave you for 2 seconds, Bucking, to talk them through the warm-up lap.
No problem, Dave. So yeah, 5 seconds to go, and they're going to set off on a full formation lap. 8 PM, so it's a dusk race. The air temperatures dropped a little bit, and the track temperatures dropped a fair amount. Just a reminder, it's an hour-long race. We've got 2 pit stops with a free choice of strategy, so you're going to see a lot of different approaches to this race. As we go around the formation lap with the pole car Zudu. So your starting order for the race: got Zudu on pole, Drake Cruz second, followed by Rooney, Tuck Gibson, BP, Finn, Cammy Sturch, Callum Evans in 8th, he's the silver class pole position sitter, Vice in 9th, Wolf 10th, Finney 11th, Taylor, DeVroyd, D, Bain, Simmers, Fair, Peters, followed by Hyde, Roughton, Luzeski, PJ, the AM class pole, Lewin in 23rd, and then the grid doesn't scroll in far enough for me. Barrow Milsim in chat saying predicting Wolf to win it. Who else are we all feeling to win the race as Dave rejoins us? Who are you feeling for the race?
Over the entire race.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for that.
It's hard to not. I'm going to go with Rooney. I think he's going to do some early pit strat and do like he did at Suzuka. It was absolutely amazing, the pit strat. I mean, it was a simple but effective, and he managed to. When he undercut them, I think he was about 6 seconds ahead when they came out of the pits. So
really, that's quite a big jump.
Yeah. So I think, do you want to go through all 3? Sorry.
Why? We might as well. Yeah. A few corners to go.
I am going to go with. I'm going to go with Wolf for silver. I'm going to stick with my quality prediction. I know Callum Evans is 2 positions ahead at the moment, but stick with Wolf. And for AMS, I'm going to go with Remco Torn. Torn is pretty consistently fast, and I think he'll do well. Mainly because if I talk about PJ, he will probably put it in a wall. So I'll avoid talking about that. But yeah, right. I was going to say we're seeing them. We'll talk about your predictions after we see the lights go green.
Quickly, I'll go Zudu, Evans, PJ. I'll stick with the pole sitters. Just play it safe.
Yeah, cool, fair enough.
Yeah, as I come up to the line in double file, we've got Zudu on pole leading them away with Drake Cruz on the inside.
Noise open. Green light. Go, go,
And
go.
off they go. Let's see how that goes. Into Paddock Hill Bend. Clean so far as I can tell.
Really up the inside.
Oh, holds it, keeps it together quite well. And that is some good racing through a very tough first corner of Brands Hatch. I do not want to jinx it by saying anything. So, yep, there we go. I jinxed it. We've got Van der Molen and quite a lot of the AM class in trouble at the hairpin. The Zudu keeps the lead of the race from Drake Cruz.
Yeah, that's unlucky for those guys. Got four cars affected at the back there.
I get some names of those when the timer resets. Ooh, got a few more yellow flags as car 19. Kovacic has had a little spin, I think.
Oh, Zudu going wide there. We've got Drake Cruz and Rooney passing.
Oh, that could be a costly mistake. That's what we're talking about qualifying, weren't it? Those little mistakes cost so much around here.
That's it.
Oh, it's twitchy again.
Yeah, maybe the tyres aren't quite up to pressure yet. He's not, not settled in.
Yeah, so we come around to the pit lane for the first time with the pit window open. Do you think anyone's going to go for an early pit stop?
I think we might see some of the guys that were at the back go in. Maybe some that were involved in the early incident. Get rid of that damage straight away. Get one of the pit stops out of the way, then get back out. But I don't think we're going to see many pits.
Yeah, we've got one.
Yeah.
Adam D.
Adam D. Going for the crazy undercut strategies.
Don't think I picked so many damage, so maybe he is just wanting to get one of those tyre changes out of the way. And yeah, it's a very. I know it's a rookies championship, so they're learning quite a lot of things, but pits and pit entries are very much an underrated aspect of things. You can gain a few seconds, but to make a mistake is very, very, very costly.
The thing is, I mean, Adam's technically done quite a clever thing here. He goes in for 30 seconds, he comes back out into loads of clean air. There is not a car on track anywhere near him. Hopefully he gets back out soon. I know, obviously, so technically to get into the pit, then stop for 30 seconds and then get back out again, probably takes about 50 seconds to a minute. He should hopefully get back out and not have too much bother, but yeah, he is moving again. But yeah, we're seeing these guys come around towards the final corner, so they're not going to be too far off behind him.
No, but it's like you're talking about, it's got that nice lot of clear air in front and behind, so it's not in danger of being lapped. We've got a replay. So Mo's had a little spin, I noticed, while we were just talking about that, so it could be that we focused.
Is that fair?
Didn't cost him too much, hopefully. It didn't seem the worst impact into the wall. Yeah, Samoa's as well, he had a little spin, he's down to 26th.
Seeing Cammy make the move there through paddock hill, that was lovely.
Yeah, lovely little overtake. We've got a few more cars in the pits. Rooney, Bain, De Vroid, they've all taken a lap 2 pit stop.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was watching on my screen, saw Rooney pull away out of that gap between Drake Cruz and Zudu to go into the pit, so I'll be trying that undercut strategy again. Yeah,
it's going to be a tough race to judge, really, because until everyone's taken the pit stops, we're not going to have a full picture, because there's no splash and dash pit stops. It's a full 30 seconds with tyres, so it's going to be really hard to judge those gaps, and we're not going to know who's had the best strategy until everyone's taken 2 stops, are we, really?
No, I think I'm expecting the people we're seeing pitting now to pit again roughly halfway through the race. That means they've got 1 pit stop out of the way straight away. You don't need to worry too much about tyres over half an hour. I mean, you shouldn't need to worry about them at all, really. So get in early, get your tyre change done, get out there on those fresh tyres for half an hour, do another change, and then have the last half an hour on fresh tyres. And yeah, it seems like an effective strategy.
If I was in this race, I think I'd be doing the same thing personally.
Yeah, I would.
At that clean track and then break up into 2 half hours. As Zudu takes the fastest lap from Drake Cruz, actually, 3 tenths behind him.
Yeah, he was making some significant ground there through the last few corners. Right at the back of him now, almost. Yeah, about half a second gap.
Yeah, Wolf getting some big support in chat as well. And Hawaiian Rush, yes, we are. Well, I'm fairly new commentator. Dave was in here the last few weeks, I think, hadn't you? On the covering the rookies.
Been covering the rookies, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So we've got Caro with the issue. Oh no, sorry. Sammy Round taking his first pit stop. On the track map, I thought it stopped in the pit lane entry, but as Vinny has a bit of a scary moment through that curve on stream. Does well to save it, I think, because that's a tricky place to lose the back end. He's in a little bit of trouble on the straight as Taylor has a look up the inside and makes the move work. Is it Taylor or is it Cammy? Cammy.
That's
Sorry.
Dan. That's Dan Hyde.
Ah, too many go for the
Too many
gap.
go.
Whoa, dear.
Can we catch a replay of that? That looked like it might have been someone. Yeah.
What happened there then? It was just a car.
Maybe he tries to send it. Oh!
Oh dear.
Whoa, okay. Wonder whether he just reacted to Dan Hyde braking in front and. Yeah, he. Not sure
As
who
we
that was,
get
but he
to-
just didn't react in time.
No, that's part of the problem learning to race in traffic. You need to give yourself that visibility to, well, not do that basically. As the race, one of the race leaders, Zudu, pits as well.
I was going to say, we just saw Lewin, a victim of that corner. I need to find the name of it because I'm going to mention it a lot.
Which one? The other left-hander.
Yes, not the Graham Hill.
Yeah, we'll have to Google
Frantically
that.
Googling Sterling's.
Derlin's right. Okay, I'll forget that, but you never know.
Yep, definitely forget that.
So the race leaders currently with quite a few cars taking pit stops now. We've got Drake Cruz with a 3-second lead over BP, followed by Vice, Finney, Tuck Gibson with Evans leading Silver and Gora leading AM class. I mean, it's going to be a chaotic race, this Dave. We've had
It's very difficult to predict how this is going to go.
less
all the
than
people
10
that-
minutes. Sorry.
I was going to say, all the people that have pitted are now sort of in the mix with everyone else, and it's difficult to tell sort of where people are, if they're being affected by the people that they're stuck with. Because it's tough because this racing between classes in this, we're allowing racing between classes. So if you come out and you're back behind a silver who isn't that far off your pace as a pro, they may not want to let you go. As we see, that Simo's in the wall, unlucky. A victim of Sterling's again, but the outside corner, the outside curve this time.
Yeah, that's another trick on. It's easy to clip the curb on the braking point for that one and just lose the rear end if you're really trying to push the track limits.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, someone's got friends. I guess the net lead, Vizudu, who's down in 22nd, having pitted once, but Drake Cruz still leads on track and pulling out a nice little gap to the Vice.
Zulu is being pressured by Rooney, so these are both pitted.
Oh, as he goes through the pit straight. This will be interesting to paddock kill. Rooney with the inside line and the Porsche Zudu on the outside.
I think he's got it. Or was we see Sam Page off just on the side there?
Did well not
Yep.
to
He's got it.
interfere with that one. Nice little move. Keeps the inside line to the paddock hill.
Zulu trying to keep the outside, but unfortunately just loses it there. There you go,
Slot
nice
to
clean
take.
overtake.
That is good racing. That is a very tough part of the track to give each other space on paddock hill. Very easy to drift wide from the inside or pinch on the inside from if you start wide.
Yeah, that's it. If you're on the inside, just got to make sure you're braking nice and early.
Exactly. So let's have a look.
Zulu currently still has the fastest lap of the race. It was a 1:24.2, so very low in the 24s almost immediately.
But that's good qualifying pace, never mind race pace.
Yeah,
It's,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to go for a bull move around the outside then as we go on board with. Not too sure actually.
We're on with PJ.
Currently on the AM podium, hunting down Lewin in 16th. Not going to have any car advantage because they're both the McLarens, but
I wonder if Lewin is carrying damage from that crash at Sterling, so PJ is giving him a bit of pressure.
it's all over the back of him into the corners, isn't he? So, oh dear, as we've got.
It's Van der Molen.
Let's have a look how that happened then.
What's happened there?
Dear.
That's unfortunate.
Bit of a pinch point on the inside. Unlucky.
Yeah. Looks
Bit
as
of
though
error.
he's turned in on him there, but I'm sure that might get reported and sent to the stewards. So have a look at that.
Been a bit of a rough night for the BMW so far. Simo's had a spin, and we've just seen another one there. And
Oh,
it was
it's actually getting really squirrely coming around paddock. Wow.
not a car you want to have a moment in as well, the Porsche.
No, definitely not.
He is pushing for a podium place as well over the back of BP.
Who's finished? Oh yeah, he's following BP. Right. Okay. There's so many cars all bunched up. So we've got Vice in front. Then you've got Jack Finn just in front of him, and then Zulu's. That's not Zulu. Sorry, that's Drake Cruz made a nice little gap, about 5 seconds, back to Vice.
Yeah, still not got the fastest lap from Zudu, but if he can keep that clear air, settle into a rhythm like we're talking about, can he get the overcut?
Yeah, that's the thing. Zudu is potentially being affected by other cars at the moment. Drake Cruz has a nice little gap here in front of him. Yeah, it's one of those. Zudu has got the fastest lap of the race, so if he is able to put in those consistent fast laps, he technically should be able to get the undercut done. But yeah, it depends if he's being affected by other cars on track.
Yeah, you've also got, if Zudu and Rooney don't battle too much, they might be able to drag each other along in effect and kind of help each other keep pace.
Getting right on the back of BP.
Yeah, so go up the hill to the hairpin. Not close enough to make a move, but is. Oh, we've got a disqualification. Heike van der Veen.
Van der Veen.
Ah, unlucky man. I assume that was from the entrance because he's still sat in his pit box. Or I never saw him move after leaving his pit box, but.
Yeah, it was mentioned in the driver briefing the pit lane speed limit board is very close to the entrance to the pit. You go around that little chicane and then it's literally right there. So maybe we've just accidentally taken too much speed into there.
That's unlucky. We've got a good battle coming over the pit line now with Kovacic followed by Rooney and Zudu. Rooney and Zudu have got incentive to keep this clean because they're in contention for a race win as Kovacic sticks to the inside. Rooney gets through okay. Can Zudu do the same? Zudu do. And there we go, makes it
Zudu
happen.
does do.
He did do a good do-do.
He did do a Zudu, yeah.
No do-dos by Zudu this time.
So, yeah, Kovacic's in a tough situation there. He's technically fighting them for position, but both of them have pitted already, and he knows they're both pros. He's thinking, I just need to kind of let these guys go, but obviously he doesn't want to lose too much time doing so.
Yeah. I know he wouldn't intentionally do it, but you do not want to take out a potential race winner. It's just such an awkward position to be in on a very tight, twisted track. As Van der Molen had a little spin just off camera, and another BMW almost has a spin there as well.
Richard Wolf, fan favourite. On the back of Cammy Sturch here.
Hiker in chat, he slowed down enough but forgot to put it in first gear, floored it and then sped. Yeah,
That's unlucky.
Yeah.
He'd get up to about 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, I think, and then it would just be like, nope.
Yep, doesn't like that.
So yeah, Richard Wolf very close to Cammy Sturch here, less than, about 5 tenths. Cammy's between Richard Wolf and Callum Evans, so between that battle for the silver pole at the moment.
Callum Evans is in another awkward position, isn't he, really? He's got Cammy behind him who's similar pace, but then behind Cammy there's his second in class. So if you're in his shoes, what would you do? Would you let Cammy pass because if she was faster, or do you try and keep that buffer in place between yourself and
yeah. I mean, if you're Evans here, you're trying to leave these guys in the dirt. You're pushing as hard as you can to get away, really, because Cammy here is not going to want to give this position up. She doesn't need to. She doesn't have to. She wants to try and catch the guys up front. So, from her perspective, she's thinking, right, I just need to keep going. It's once she gets to the point where she has to start defending. If Richard Wolf's really pushing and he ends up being a little bit faster than her, she may consider letting him go. But yeah, as far as Cammy's concerned, she's just racing along at this point. She is between two silvers, but yeah, it's not really affecting her that much.
Come up to a big lot of traffic on this straight. This could really mess things up.
Yeah.
Well, she goes to the gap, very fitting with the livery up the inside and makes it stick. Very nicely done. Wolf tries to do the same behind. That was very close on the exit of that corner. but he also makes it stick, and the gap has widened a little bit, but it shouldn't have cost either of them too much time. Ooh, well,
Yeah, I
that could
think
have gone badly.
Yeah, I think Van der Molen backed off a little bit there. He would have been under blue flags as well, so...
Smiling chat, the zoo do hoodoo, where you don't dare do people, one for the project fans out there. Yeah, I didn't see that until the end. Hiker, best advice I give you, man. If you're feeling a little bit burnt out of the game, maybe just take a week off. Just maybe don't think about it. Just chill out. Try and come back at it with a fresh mind. It can, when hobbies try and, I don't know, when you have a hobby that you do too much, it can feel like a bit of a grind, can't it, sometimes? And
yeah, it definitely can. If you're committed to multiple leagues in 1 week, you know, you're doing multiple leagues a week, you will start to get burnt out. It's just a lot of racing, so perhaps you know, take a little bit of a break. But at the same time, he's been one of the most improved I think we've seen as a admin team. We've seen him as far as pace is concerned. He's definitely gotten faster. Maybe still other aspects of his driving that need improving, hence why he's in the rookies.
Yeah, I can relate. Like when I played sport when I was younger, I used to play ice hockey, and whoopsie daisy, Adam D's round.
Yeah, straight on the replay. Is it?
Oh, Adam did not have the brakes. We nearly saved it as well.
Oh, bit of a hard hit there.
Got a feeling.
Wait, thankfully, yeah, darts it off track. There was just enough room for that to happen.
Yeah,
I
thought
he's
it
straight
saved
in
it.
the pits.
Oh, we've got another couple of yellow flags. Car 20, so that's fair. Car 369 and Team have had some sort of coming together. We'll get a replay on that, I think.
Oh,
That's not a place to go side by side.
no. Neither one of them wanting to give up that position there, even though they're in different classes. Yeah, unfortunate. I liked that Thayer took the advice in the driver briefing and reversed to line himself up for the rejoin, thankfully, instead of just flooring it straight back on.
Yes.
We saw on stream a moment ago highlighting B Rooney's taken the fastest lap of the race. I can't tell from my end what that actual pace is. I don't know if you can.
Have you noticed who's coming out of the pits? Drake Cruz, and he has got in front of Rooney by tenths of a second as Rooney has a going paddock hill.
Wow.
He's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it into the hairpin if he can make it stick. That is brilliant racing.
Yeah, so Rooney's undercut has worked. He is ahead.
Just.
Yeah, literally just.
That was a brave move there. He could have easily taken the more discretionary route, shall we say, and waited for his opportunity, but he wanted to get it done and he got it done cleanly.
Get past, show Drake Cruz that you've done the undercut, you know.
Page just stopped in a bad place. Oh, it's trying to get Page has spun on the back straight, going to the outer section.
So he's got 3 cars coming up, and then he's got a little bit of a gap, but it's still risky. We'll see if he goes.
It's very awkward.
He's going.
To get it stuck. Very nice.
He's okay. Yeah, he's good.
There we go. Good stuff.
He's kept right, not on the racing line. So yeah, decent rejoin.
Definitely. That's what we like to see. Just don't blast the throttle and get back on track as quickly as possible. Got a good little train of cars in the pits as well. Vice, Finney and Sturge have all pitted at the same time from roughly the same place on the track. So I wonder if any of them can pick up a few seconds in the pit window. The only car in Pro not to have pitted, I believe, is BP, who currently leads the race, and they've got Evans right behind them, who also hasn't pitted.
So Cammie's in the pit at the moment doing her first pit stop. Other than that, everyone else in Pro has taken their pit. Yeah, like you said, BP is the last one out that hasn't. He'll probably come in soon, I would expect. Because there are 2 mandatory pit stops, I'm expecting some people to just cut it into 3, go 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. So we shall see. He's not gone in here. But
I wonder if we'll see many cars do the opposite to what Adam did and go long, like super long. Like, I don't know, 45 minutes and then one close to the last lap.
yeah, certainly a strat you could do, yeah.
Wouldn't
It's
be my
just-
preference, but yeah.
No, it's. I think it's tyres that would concern me there.
So, sorry, yeah, we've got another pit lane battle going on. We've got Evans, Wolf, Hyde, and Luzeska, the front 4 silver cars, all in the pits, with Lewin also
coming in
joining the
now.
pit. Yeah. Who got the entry best? Because Evans only had a 2-second gap to Wolf, followed by Hyde, who's done well to get in third, actually. Mr. P of Caden Computers fame.
As you see, yeah, Rooney and Drake Cruz and Zulu get back past those guys in silver.
Zulu did do that.
Vice. Zulu did do. Yeah, with Rooney stretching that gap to about a second, but that has seemed quite consistent.
Look at that, the Evans and Wolf gap, they've had a pretty much identical entry to the pits and come out, what, second and a half away from each other?
So we must have missed some sort of pass on Cammy there, I guess, because Wolf was behind Cammy. Yeah, that makes it easier for Wolf and Evans at least to have a nice battle here.
That's a very good point. There's BP pits from the lead of the race with 38 minutes left. So we should have everyone on the track, apart from Adam D and S Page, has taken 1 pit stop.
Be interesting to see where BP comes out here. We've got Rooney's coming into Sterling's now, followed closely by Drake Cruz. Zulu's about 5 seconds back. Vice is 4 seconds back from Zulu, so I think he should come out relatively close in the middle of that pack.
Yeah, it's I can't remember where it was pre-pit stops BP, but it's not lost a great deal of time.
Yeah, other than the battle between Rooney and Drake Cruz, all of the gaps between the other pros are all very similar.
This gets underway now, BP. Probably going to come out behind Tuck Gibson, so around 7th or 8th, I'd estimate.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep, let's get out ahead of that clump of silver cars, which will be very good news for him. He's not got traffic to deal with. That's pretty much as good as you can hope for, I think. Clean track.
Nice. Yeah, nice little gap. So Rooney still a second ahead of Drake Cruz here. Starting to form a small gap. Maybe he's just putting in laps that are a tenth or two faster each lap and just building that slowly out. We'll see as the next laps come.
So you've driven the Porsche a lot more than I have. How is it on tyres? Because this is pretty punishing for Antacha on the left-hand tyres.
I don't know. It depends how you drive it. The advantage of the Porsche is that it turns corners very well, but it also means that you can throw it through the corners very well. And obviously, if you do that, you wear the tyres faster. There is a balance. Obviously, you don't throw it in as hard, but it still has an advantage in the corners. And Brand's is quite good. There's a lot of corners, but there's a lot of straights as well. But most of them are flowing fast corners, so you're looking to carry as much speed as possible through the corner. I think the Porsche does do that pretty well. I think other cars tend to be a little bit more understeery through the longer, fast corners. Obviously, can be tweaked through setup work, but yeah, the Porsche does do well in that regard, getting through these fast corners, well and stable. But I don't. It depends how he's driving it. We'll see if we see his pace drop off. I don't expect we will because it's quite short intervals between pit stops here, but
Track's also cooled down quite a bit as well, which should help you in check.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's getting a little bit later, isn't it?
Yeah.
Half 8.
Yeah, it should help a little bit with time management. Adam D had a little spin as well, coming onto the final straight. Not cost him I don't know if it cost him a place or not, but I think he kept out the wall. He is actually the lead car to have used all his pit stops.
Indeed. I was about to mention, yeah, he's done both of his pits already, so see if the wild undercut strat's going to work. He's got 35 minutes to stay on the same set of tyres, so depends how hard he's going to push. He's going to have to make those tyres last.
We've also got another car in the pits for their last pit stop, Sammy Roughton. We're going to come out ahead of Adam D, I think. Adam's had a few little bits of trouble hands here. But making contact with the wall, I think, and spinning. Hopefully can keep it clean for the last 35 and back up some positions.
Got a lovely little three-way on stream at the moment, coming through the danger corner of Sterling's. Oh, Stevie Bain getting a little bit twiggly coming out of there.
Highlighting exactly what you were saying in Stone.
Yeah. But Bain really close. Oh, Bain goes wide onto the gravel. He's trying to hold it. He's on the grass. Just needs to let off a little bit and come back on. Yeah. Unfortunately loses the position to Taylor, but they are in separate classes. So it doesn't affect his overall position, but...
Yeah, more importantly, got through that damage, which looked likely as he thinks about a move at the inside, which would have been brave, but thinks better of it.
So it looked like he kept his foot in it and hoped for the best. Which, yeah, interesting strat, but, you know, thankfully he's okay.
Not one I'd particularly advise, but it works, I guess. Just over in chat. Sorry, go on, Dave.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, they were just coming up on Sam Page and unfortunately had another spin. He's slowly rejoining. He's doing it nice and safely.
Got a pack of cars going towards him, there.
Yeah,
Well
you might
behaved.
see him a couple of minutes on the streams. Who's this? So Lewin's on the back apartment. There he is, yeah. Just rejoined nice and safely, waited for plenty of cars to go.
Yeah, over in chat, lots of support for Wolf. I guess you could call it something of a Wolf pack. Obviously, there's a lot of support.
Yeah, that's it. They are branded the Wolfpack now.
Doing him proud. Still is on the silver podium. Let's see, he's 2 seconds behind Callum Evans for the lead of silver. Callum has pulled a bit of a gap for a pit stop, but it's less than a second in about 5 minutes. They're pretty on pace.
Yeah, quite evenly matched.
Yes, halfway into the race almost. Still one pit stop to go. I mean, this still could go anywhere.
Segura, how far behind is he? There's Torn. So Torn's a little bit further ahead. Maybe Gora's having some issues here.
Whoa, that's not the line through there.
Takes the outside. Oh, that's a big crash.
Did well not to spill back out into the track with that one.
Yeah, we've just watched him go straight into the pits after that, which is not surprising. Might as well use that second pit stop up, get that repaired and get back out.
Yeah, so Steve in chat seems to be having big struggles. He's taking his last pit stop now. He's just getting back out to track. He's gonna come back out in around 24th, I think.
Yes, he will. Yeah. Oh no, 23rd still. Gora's just behind him. Routon's a little bit further back. So yeah, 23rd. But obviously, the second pro. Obviously, well, Sam Routon, who was. Wait, there's Sam Routon. Sorry, right. So Sam Routon's the first pro to have done both pit stops. Bain following shortly after.
Oh, that's a McLaren off. Oh no, sorry, Ferrari.
I think we need a replay of that fantastic 720 spin there.
Mr. Collar in chat struggling so badly. Oh, yep, the Ferrari will not take that curve.
I mean, if there was some sort of like skateboarding trick that was called the 720, he's nailed it.
It's like the, I don't know if you watch F1, Dave, but the Verstappen saving qualifying, it reminded me of that one a little bit.
Yes, true.
So just as we approach halfway mark, let's get a quick rundown of the standings. In Pro, we've got Rooney, Drake, Cruz and Zudu as your podium. They're followed by Vice, Finney, Tuck Gibson, BP. We've then got Evans and Wolf leading silver, they're in 8th and 9th. Cammy Sturch in Pro, then we've got DeVroyd, Taylor, Hyde in silver, followed by J-Fin, Lizeski, who we've just seen do a little spin. Then we've got the first of the AM cars, that's Torn. He's 16th overall, so he's going pretty well. Followed by Peters, PJ, T. Lowen, G. Simmers, Fair, Seamer, Bain, Routon, D, Kovacic, Gora, Page, Van der Molen, and unfortunately Hiker is the only one disqualified so far, as Page has another spin. Coming into Paddock Hill, hairpin.
Just seen Zudu drop out of third to go in to do his second pit stop. So maybe he's going for the undercut strat here. Hopefully he might come out into some clear air. But on the other hand, he might come out into a group of cars. We'll have to see.
I mean, if you can see the track map on stream, there's such an even spread of cars around the circuit.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
And then you've got this huge plump going into the start-finish straight as well. Sorry, Dave. Go
That's
for it.
fine. He's coming back out now. Yeah, he might come out into a little bit of traffic. In fact, I mean, Rooney and Drake Cruz aren't even too far off. They're just coming through Sterling's now. Drake Cruz was catching. It seems as though he must have had a little bit of a mistake there. The last reading I can see is he's just less. Oh, we see Rooney go straight into the pit.
This will be interesting because Tuck Gibson came out of the pits and is immediately in traffic behind us. Oh, has it just got ahead? Tuck Gibson's come out in traffic, which could hamper his efforts to come through the pack. I'm just trying to figure out who he's behind.
He's behind Fair. Yeah, and no, it won't be a blue flag. So yeah, that could hamper his efforts there for this undercut.
That is the perils of a race like this where you've got such a big pit window and 2 pits to do. You can't really judge what's going to happen when you come out the pits. So let's have a look. Rooney's down to 9, still in the pits. His car's underway now. What kind of lead is he going to have over Zudu? Quite a big one, actually.
Yeah, we've got Zudu on stream at the moment. He is currently stuck behind Lewin and PJ. Oh no, I mentioned PJ as he was coming through Sterling's. That was a big risk, but thankfully he gets through. Yeah, so Zudu could be getting affected here. Okay, Lewin lets him go. Yeah, that was good. It was nice of Lewin to do that.
Has had a perfect pit stop, come out in front of a big train of cars with about a 10-second gap in front of him, so he could not have wished for a better situation to come out on track to.
Yeah, that's really good. And the car in front of him, Jay Finn, still has a pit stop to go, so if he goes in within the next couple of laps, there could be even more space ahead.
Yes, looking like this between Drake Cruz and Rooney, but you probably do lean towards Rooney with how that pit stop went through, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Drake Cruz is in a lot of open space now as well. So, yeah, he may be putting in the fast laps at the moment. Obviously, Rooney still has the fastest lap of the race, and he will have come back out now onto a fresh set of tyres, so maybe looking to even improve on that, but yeah, we'll see. We've got Adam on stream at the moment. That's his Adam in the standings. He's 25th. He's following. So his next competition's a little bit up the track, but yeah, nice little battle going on here. That's Gora. Is that Gora? No, it's not Gora. Who's in that Lexus?
There's a lot of Lexuses.
There is.
Adam?
Oh, it's Sam.
Sam even.
Sam.
Who pits?
Oh, as we see, dive into the pits.
Adam, sitting 9th currently in the silver standings. He'll be hoping for a good last half hour to try and make up some places.
Yeah, so the 2 silvers in front of him, Peters and DeVroy, they have both pitted. They're both on their second stops. But there's plenty of silvers out there that are still racing and haven't done their second stop yet, so he could undercut some of those.
Got quite a few cars starting to drift into the pits as well for their last stop with 26 minutes remaining. Let's see, you've got...
It's interesting. I mean, I don't think we haven't picked up on it, but I would have expected a lot of these drivers to just do 20, 20, 20. Then you've got the same pit strategy. Just keeping it simple. Yeah, we've seen a lot of variety, which is interesting to see in a rookies league.
Yeah, I think it was Jimbo's idea to do the big pit window, but I can't remember, to be honest. But probably a good call. They are really enjoyable, these kind of races, because it just all comes down to that last stint, doesn't it? You just have no idea what's going on really until suddenly someone pops out of the pits in front or behind of you, and it's surprising.
That's the thing, people might leave it till the last 5 or 10 minutes to do it if they're feeling confident, and right up to the last 5 or 10 minutes to win it. No, oh no! Oh, PJ, is that Sterling's? It's not Sterling's. It's the corner just before Sterling's, which, according to my track map, is called Dingledale Corner. Please, I hope to God that this isn't out of date and it's not called something else, and I've just called it that, and it's not that. But
we'll stick with it. It's a nice name.
So there's Dingledale before it, which is like the sort of kink to the right, and then Dingledale Corner is that fast right. Yeah, that's really unlucky for him there.
Yes.
He seems to be having a bit of a nightmare. I think we saw him making some mistakes in qualifying and yeah, unfortunately hasn't quite ironed them out for the race.
Well,
So
he is
Torn now really has a big lead in Am.
Yeah.
He still has got to pit.
EJ is taking his last pit stop, so he's just going to run to the end from here.
There's still
Did he
hope.
pick up much damage? I didn't quite catch that.
I don't think it didn't look like it. I think he just
No.
did one of the 720s like Lazewski did.
Yeah. To be fair, have a look on the outside of Don Wonder, but back out a bit.
Faye's following. That's Tuck Gibson in front. Tuck Gibson's pitted twice already, but keeping the pressure on here. Nice little train of 4 cars. That's Marcel Seamer in front, and then what's that in front of him? Is that Lewin?
Yes, Lee
Yes.
is back. As Tuck Gibson makes his way around the outside of Fair, a nice little move. Gets him into a bit of space and doesn't lose him too much time. So, we've got Rooney in 9th, he's the lead car who's used all his pit stops. He's about... let's have a look. Oh, Drake Cruz is in the pits. Just trying to look where he was. This is where the race comes down to then.
Yeah, it's going to be very close.
Yeah, so Drake Cruz in his pit box now as Rooney starts the outer section of all those fast right-handers we've been talking about. This is going to be close, man. I think Drake Cruz might have this, you know. Rooney's a long way back in the lap.
I think it's going to be very similar to what it was before.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, I forgot. Drake Cruz did come out in the lead, but Rooney took him straight away into paddock hill and the hairpin, didn't he?
So Drake Cruz is still standing still as Rooney comes around the final corner. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got this done.
Here it comes, the race is down to this, and Rooney has got it, you're right. Drake Cruz exits the pits now. That's a sizable gap Rooney's pulled out in that stint. The gap was not that big before. That's some good driving by Rooney to find that gap. The only thing what could harm him now is those cars that have still to take a pit stop if they're getting Rooney's way. But he has got some space to play with.
So we've got Zudu on stream at the moment. He is in 3rd position overall, effectively 3rd overall. Quite a little way back, so not quite having as good of a race as he has been having. So Zudu and Rooney are tied for 1st in the championship. So yeah, if Rooney can keep this up, he'll be taking that 1st overall.
Yeah, it's been some drive from those lead 3. Barely mistake between them on what's a tricky track. It saps your energy, and if they're in the UK, it's also very warm tonight, so it's not ideal sim race conditions.
No, it's not far off. You want it to be slightly cooler than this, don't you? Am I right in saying that?
Just a bit, yeah. Very. You don't want to be too moist in the chair.
Oh. I was just watching Zulu then. He's drifting it through Dingledale Corner.
Oh, Rooney's very close to the back of Dan Hyde, coming into the hairpin. He might be in a bit of trouble with traffic here, Rooney.
Yeah, we know what Dan Hyde's like here. He's not going to want to let this go.
He hasn't pitted, but it is for position. It's a very awkward area because he isn't giving this up easily, is it?
Rooney may force this. I mean, he's on. They're basically alongside.
Dan Hyde lets him go. It has cost him time though, I think, because Drake Cruz has closed in. The gap was 4 seconds. We'll see how that updates when they come over the timing line shortly. Although
Drake, cars between them.
That's the trouble with this lap traffic. It's difficult to actually assess what the gap is.
Yeah, so we've got Lewin, Simos, and I think was it Cammy? No, Dan Hyde. Sorry.
Yeah, Dan Hyde.
Yeah, so a number of cars between the leaders here.
There's a Mercy Caller in chat has 1 minute of damage. Ouch.
Oh, unlucky.
It's not.
Yeah, that's Sam Page. Quite new to sim racing. Johnny introduced him. He's one of the guys that Johnny plays pool with on a Wednesday. And yeah, struggling, but we all start somewhere. You know, it is what it is. You'll learn.
Yeah, one day it'll suddenly click and hopefully those lap times start to drop. Got a lot of cars in the pits at the minute. That big clump of cars from 5th to 9th all taking the pit stops. Got a new leader of the race as well, Dave. Wolf is actually leading. He's still got his pit stop to take, but the Wolf pack will be happy, no doubt.
So I'm just looking where Callum Evans is. He's just coming out of the pit. Yeah, so they're about 3/4 of a lap between them, which is probably about the length of the pit stop. So this could be very close when Richard does end up pitting.
All to play for, really, because they've not really been more than about 5 or 6 seconds away from each other the whole hour, have they, so far?
Yeah, it's been really close between them guys. Oh, as we see Richard will go into the pit now. So this is where we'll see where if Callum can get past Wolf here.
One problem for Callum is he's got a lot of traffic right in front of him on track, which could...
Yeah, there's a big train here.
Yeah, both lead cars and tracker in the pits, so that's Wolf and Cammy Sturge. We follow Torn around, who's currently leading the AM class up in 9th. Still yet to take his pit stop, but that is impressive stuff from an AM driver.
My prediction coming in.
Handsomely. I mean, Torn's in 9th, nearest challengers, PJ in 23rd,
I
so...
think he qualified 3rd as well. Yeah, Torn qualified 3rd in AM, so he's having a cracking race.
Wow, that is some race. We aren't really doing anything spectacular either. Callum Evans, rounding the last corner. Wolf still in his pit box. Wolf's going now and he's right in the pit lane. This could be very close. Callum Evans is coming up to him now, but Wolf's got the jump. Yep.
No, Callum... Oh yeah, sorry, he has. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. There's so many BMWs.
He's going to have a go. There's a hairpin though. Oh, Wolf covers him off very nicely. This is going to be a good battle for the last 17 minutes.
Yeah. As you've seen, I think Callum earlier on in the race has had a little bit more pace, or maybe a little bit more consistency, because he was putting a small gap between him and Wolf, but now Wolf's come out on, well, they're both on fresh tyres. That may change now, so...
Yeah, the temperature's 24 degrees, so it's pretty much remained static the entire 45 minutes so far, but this could go either way. Wolf's pulled out. He must have... They had about a 5-second gap at one stage, Callum. That's been a good stint, good 20 minutes or so from Wolf, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Showing consistency.
Yeah, absolutely key.
Do like his livery as well, the Wild Racing.
Yes, yeah, there are some good ones here again. As we go around with your AM predicted leader and your current AM leader, Torn.
Who has, yeah, he's done his final pit, so he's got a quite a sizable gap. So PJ is just coming over the line now. Oh, I'm just seeing Zudu. Yeah.
Is he in doo-doo?
Zudu made a big doo-doo, is facing the wrong direction, and okay, not ideal, but not the end of the world. He did move across off the racing line pretty quickly, but yeah, not too bad.
Hopefully didn't interrupt anyone to race too much, but...
No, I think he had just enough space. It was very close, but...
Could be a costly mistake in the championship. He's down to...
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's he's lost a lot of places there. He seems like we're having a bit of trouble.
What's he driving? The Audi can be a little bit of a twitchy car.
He's in the Evo 2, isn't he?
I think he is in the Evo 2, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think Stevie Bain's in the Evo 2 as well, and we saw him in chat saying he was having issues, so maybe always we see Sam Page off again.
Gets out of the way nice.
Finney was off as well. Maybe there was an incident between them two?
I didn't see, I just saw him fly off in the distance, but look at that train of cars for 50 minutes into an endurance.
Oh no, we must have just missed it. But rejoins kind of off the racing line, so not too bad. There was a lot of cars coming, but
it's an awkward place to rejoin as well. There's absolutely no room.
No, you've got to really stay on the outside of that corner. Yeah, he's now dropped to behind Zudu, so Zudu's gained one position back there. He's got Wolf just in front of him, so Wolf's not going to be wanting to let this position go because he's got Callum Evans just behind Finney as well. About a second between Wolf and Evans at the moment.
I don't know how badly affected Finney's car or tyres are. He might be a non-factor in that battle if Evans can. If Evans
Did
can't
hit
get
the
past
wall.
him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's to say we're what 45 minutes in from BP in 4th down to Evans in 9th. There's about 5 or 6 seconds. It's great to see for a rookies league, especially. It's superb race.
Yeah, really good. I'm just looking at the lead again. Rooney's put a sizable gap on Drake Cruz. Rooney's just leaving Druids and Drake Cruz is just coming through paddock. So that 10-second gap there is really, I think he's come out on fresh tyres and absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, it's impressive stuff.
That's my prediction coming in for Pro as well. Let's go!
Who did you predict silver? Was it Taylor?
Wolf.
Ah, could be 3 for 3.
Yeah, went Rooney, Wolf and Torn.
Absolutely red.
I think
hot
you went
ball,
Evans, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could still come off, but he's got a lot of work to do on a difficult track.
Need to get a points league going between the admin and comms team.
I mean, the bloody F1 prediction league on the podcast is terrible, so it can't go much worse than that.
Really?
We're not very good. The gap between Wolf and Evans. I know there's a car in the middle of it, but it's getting closer, I feel. Not much at all between them.
I think, Evans is using the draft of Finney. Finney's also using the draft of Wolf, so sort of evens it out, but I think, it's staying relatively even. We've got Suzuki going a little bit wide there again. All drive-through for Finney.
How
That's the first drive-through we've seen.
Of all the cars to get it, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to now be out of the way for Evans to potentially close that gap. But that does mean that Evans will have no one to draft on the back of, whereas Wolf will have Zulu just in front of him.
Yeah.
Is he going to go in now? No, not straight away.
All the cars to get it as well. It's the one that opens up that battle for the lead as Seema runs on the grass in arm class. Doesn't pick up any damage, I don't think. Oh, it's been a breathless 50 minutes so far, Dave.
Yeah, it's really good, and the driving quality's picked up quite a lot since last week.
Oh, that rejoin wasn't too clever though. I don't know if you caught that on stream.
Was that the BMW?
I'm trying to look.
Of...
What's that?
Just
Took Gibson, I think. So took Gibson the slot right into that gap. So Evans is going to get blocked up by a different pro car even when Finney takes the drive through. So yeah.
I mean, good news for Zudu. He's made up 2 positions now through mistakes of Finney and Tuck Gibson. But yeah, now Tuck Gibson is obviously Tuck Gibson wants to get past Finney, but Finney does have the drive through, so it's kind of a non-factor at this point. But yeah, he's going to want to try and catch back up to Zudu because Zudu is not that far ahead. We've still got 10 minutes left. It's all to play for at the moment. We are seeing a lot of drivers sort of drifting out wide and making mistakes at this point. Maybe the fatigue setting in over the hour-long race, but yeah, or concentration levels potentially.
You could see drive-throughs become more and more of a factor because we can't tell how many drive-throughs they've got, but it's a candidate for picking up drive-throughs, but it's not the worst track in the game for it, is it? I'd say.
No, it's not too bad. Oh, we see
Someone's in the
Finney.
gravel.
Yeah, that was Finney. So Finney well out of the way now. I think just brake late for paddock.
I think that battle for the lead of silver has been affected as car number 5's in trouble in paddock hill and someone else has had an issue. The Cami Sturgis had a half spin on the entrance and that may have affected Kovacic, but I'm not too sure. Let's have a replay of that one.
Oh yeah, the inside, yeah. Unfortunate.
It's an awkward place to rejoin from because the cars are on the quicker corners on the...
Thankfully, there was a decent amount of space there. So yeah, not too bad.
It could have been worse.
Yeah. I think if there were other cars coming, she would have had to reverse because, the inside of that on the apex. That's where the racing line is there. So, you know, the only option for her would have been to reverse. But yes, we've got Simo's in at the moment. Simo's currently not in last of the pros, but currently second last. Got a good gap between him and Roughton behind, so I think his position's probably firmly there.
Ooh, it's Wolf just overtaken Zudu.
Yeah, like I've said, I think something's happening with Zudu, or maybe it's the Audi. But yeah, he seems to just be making these small mistakes, and at this point in the race, making these small mistakes is going to be costly. I see Finney's drive-through get cleared.
He drops from 7th to 6th to 9th, I believe it was. It was like costing a couple of positions, but not too bad.
No, Bain's in front. Oh, do you mean 9th in pro or 9th overall?
Oh, sorry, yeah, my list tower hasn't updated, sorry.
Yeah, we've got a few cars in front. We've got Bain, Taylor. Is that De Vroid as well? Yeah.
Oh,
He's down
yep.
in 12th.
That just in front of Camet.
Nicely. It's a bit squirrely there. Touch the inside curb. Yeah, this is now 2 silvers in front of him who are actively battling. Plus an AM who is 4th in AM at the moment, but will be looking to let these guys go because he will be under blue flags.
Yeah. 8 minutes to go. Bain's had a good little recovery drive. It's not really featured on stream much, Stevie Bain, but he's recovered from about 15th, and he's got himself up to 9th currently. That's a good drive, really, I think. Unspectacular, but good as someone goes on the grass.
Yeah, that's Seema.
Not Seema, my bad.
Yeah, Seema's the green Aston Martin.
And Taylor's in the...
Oh no!
Sterling claims another victim.
What's happened? Oh, Sterling's. Oh no.
And that has probably cost him a podium, as Fair's in the gravel at Paddock, and someone, Peters I think, has reset to pits, so get a replay of that. That looked a nasty accident based on where he's ended up.
May have just missed it, I think. But yeah, we've got Sam Roughton returned to pit a minute ago as well. I was just looking at who was in the pit. So yeah, Faye's now returned to pit. Peters, I think, looks like he's disconnected. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, sure we didn't catch that on stream. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But
sure, if if it was any sort of incident, the panel will get to look at that.
Princess JT says send it in chat. Unfortunately, I think they may have sent it too hard there, but who knows? Yeah, you're 3 for 3 at the minute still, Dave. Rooney leading pro, Wolf leading silver, and Torn leading amp. That would be a good prediction.
So yeah, Finney at the moment back at De Vroid, trying to make up a little bit of space here, because once he gets past De Vroid, there's a bit of clean air up to Stevie Bain, so we shall see how this unfolds. Well, Cammy Sturch following very closely as well, looking to capitalise on any mistakes. Up to Paddock, looks like De Vroid. That was just how the car looked. Then it looked like he was getting a bit of a slide on, but no, it's okay.
Thought the same, yeah. It did look it.
Finney is up the inside. Well, he's now on the outside for Graham Hill.
Gonna get a good run into the next corner though, as long as he doesn't get cut back. Very nice.
Yeah, lovely job.
That's a very difficult corner to overtake on, but the Finney made it stick very nicely.
Going wide. Oh no, and the spin as well. Oh, she's gonna have to wait. Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
That's unlucky, Camet.
Really
just
unlucky.
got that in the background.
Oh, and a teammate, Dan Hyde. There we go.
Well, mission flying. It was all planned.
Dan Hyde's on the comm saying, Cammy, I'm not far behind. Just go wide. There you go. Giving Cammy a flash to say hello.
Well, Dan Hyde, another one who's had a quietly impressive race. He was sort of, I don't know, he never really showed up much in qualifying.
He qualified.
14th.
So, yeah, in silver, Dan qualified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dan qualified 8th in silver and is now currently sat in 4th. So he has had a good race.
Yeah, much like Stevie Bain, is not really featured on the stream, but he's just quietly worked his way up the order, not made any mistakes, touch wood, and yeah, almost on the podium.
He has got James Taylor. Oh, I'm saying James like it is James. I think it is. Not too far behind. He's just he's about 2 seconds behind.
And how to make that pressure count there.
Yeah, so Taylor had a really good end to the last race last week. He was racing De Vroid for first position, so currently sat in 5th in silver, so not having quite as good a race, but yeah, still doing well. Maybe he's going to see if he can catch up with Dan and take 4th overall. So Callum Evans, is that... Callum Evans is, that's him on the back of Tut Gibson. Wolf is coming up to... please tell me... Yeah, he's just gone through Druids. So, yeah, Callum, I think there's about a 7-second gap now, so it seems as though Wolf may have sort of solidified this first position in silver.
Yeah, he's had a very solid stint this time, Wolf, hasn't he? The gap was about 4 seconds, but it's just not yielded at all, as he's slowly pulled out of the gap and ran away with it.
Yeah.
As we go on board with Rooney, speaking of pulling out gaps, he's done really well. He's pulled out an 18.5-second gap to Drake Cruz now.
Yeah, absolutely flying. Really, yeah. I kind of expected it when I predicted him before. I did say about the undercut strategy, and I think it's worked wonders for him here.
Yeah, definitely.
I think other drivers have been unlucky with coming out of the pits into traffic, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think he's pulled it off here.
Definitely. It's a solid, fairly unspectacular but good race. He had that chance from the first pit stops to lose out to Drake Cruz, didn't he? But he committed hard in the first 2 corners and got past him straight away, and he's never looked back since then, really.
Yeah, really, really good move after that undercut. Yeah, really good.
Probably overtake of the day for me if we were to have one, but there's been quite a few to remember, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely up there.
So we're on board with BP, I think, who's just been overtaken by Wolf. So Wolf's having a storming last stint as well.
Yeah.
He's eating up the pro drivers like they're nothing.
Is that Evans getting... So Evans is now past Tut Gibson. That must be... I think I recognise that as Lewin just in front. Yep, that is Lewin. So he'll be under blue flags as we see on stream there. Flags being waved. They're not the only blue flags the drivers see. They do see a nice little blue strip across the top of their screen to warn them. It'd be quite difficult to see if that was the only... If it's just the flags you can see.
Yeah, in the evening race.
Oh no, Zulu's... That's Zulu, he's spinning. He's just spun in front.
No.
That's Dingledale corner, another victim. These 2 corners here, Dingledale and Sterling, so yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to go in too hot and do that, isn't it? His race has slowly been on the down slope for the last 20 minutes or so. Not had much luck with spins.
Yeah, so he's now 6th in pro. There's going to be quite a sizable points gap that Rooney's going to pull on him here, I think, in the standings at least.
Someone who's had a quite unfortunate race in the silver class. Fair was leading the silver championship, but he's down in... Well, it's 5 laps off the pace. He's second last in silver, so he's had a bit of misfortune, and that's going to throw the championship wide open for Callum Evans or even Richard Wolf to...
It's another Audi. You know, it looks like the Audis are having issues today. But here we go. We've got Rooney just crossing the line. He's now on this final lap.
As he comes up to some traffic.
Seems to have pretty much solidified this first. He'd have to have a pretty catastrophic issue for him to lose it at this point.
Yeah, Drake Cruz is just crossing the finishing line now, 20 seconds behind, so he could really coast around and not take any
Yeah.
mistake.
Take it easy, nice and safe. Cross the line in one piece.
Yeah, your prediction's still looking pretty handsome, Dave. Rooney, Wolf, and Torn.
Yeah, so Torn, yeah, he's coming across the start finish, and PJ is coming up to the final corner, so good gap there as well.
Yes, just hits 9 PM in the game. So it's
Yeah.
dark. Rooney takes a bit of grass at that corner. I got a little worried there, but he gets through it without any real drama.
Yeah, it's interesting, the gap from first.
Did you have a little moment there as well?
Yeah. Strange to see him pushing on the last lap, but you know.
He's tempting the stream snipe right at the end, but he's going through the last corner now. It's going to be a great victory. 20.5 seconds-ish lead. Fastest lap from about 5 minutes in and never looked back. A great win by Rooney.
Yep. Solid drive there. The undercut strategy's working wonders again. So maybe we're going to see in the last couple of rounds that people start utilising the undercut strategy more.
Yeah, I can't quite remember what race formats I got for the rest of the championship, but I'll quickly have a look at that while last few cars cross the line.
So we're on board with Taylor at the moment, who is not far. So that's Dan Hyde just in front of him in the go for the gap livery. We've got Marcel Sima coming along. Oh, here we go. Here's Wolf crossing the line. The Wolf pack will be happy. He's come across in first for silver. Well done to him. Great drive there. Really close between him and Evans. Yeah, really close between him and Evans. Oh, and Remco Torn's finished now as well in first. Solid performances. Interestingly, there was quite a sizable gap between first and second at the end in Pro, Silver and Am. There's about a 10-second gap in Silver and Am and about a 20-second gap in Pro. So strong victories, but obviously the lead up to all of that was really entertaining.
Yeah, the silver class looked like it was going to go down to the wire, but Wolf just managed to, well, I don't know, he just never lost any pace, did he? He's finished 11, 12 seconds clear of Evans at the end.
We just saw the last two finish, so Dan Hyde and James Taylor, very close there at the end. Dan's taking that position there. Now he's sat next to Cammy as they come around Druids. Really good race.
Really pleased with that finish from those two.
Yeah.
Dave, that was a hell of a race, man.
Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Flew by.
Yeah, it does with these. The driving quality really picked up this week from last week. We saw a lot of incidents and crashes and stuff. Not to say that we didn't see a few crashes here and there. It was a difficult race for some. But last week, between this week and last week, a completely different sort of mindset and drive from everyone. It's really good.
Yeah, definitely. Getting through Paddock Hill and almost the hairpin unscathed as a pack on lap one's really good going, I think. Especially in a Rookies League, it's really good to see, man. It was well behaved. Even the rejoins were pretty well behaved.
That was it,
well.
yeah. There was a specific area of the driver briefing that covered rejoins this week after last week, but it was needed, and it seems as though they all did listen, so really, really happy with that.
Props to them. So that was round 4 of the Rookies Championship at Brands Hatch, as we are joined by someone in the commentary box. It's Adam D. How you doing, man? Feeling the Lexus.
The Lexus doing you well.
I literally have no words apart from. I don't know. Do you know what? I was quite pleased after qualifying. That was significantly faster than I went in practice, and things were looking up. Had a bit of a wobbly start and got swallowed up a little bit on the first lap, but I sort of just let people go. And I thought, right, if nobody in front of me goes in, then I'll take the first lap stop. Dived in on the first lap, as you guys saw. And then it was okay, and I was out behind the void, and actually I got my pace down to my quali time, and it was all quite good. And then I made a mistake, which I do believe that you caught on stream as well.
Yep, we did.
Picked up a bit of damage for that, so decided to take my second stop there and then, get it all done and out of the way. And then, yeah, I made a couple of other mistakes during the race. Had a couple more spins up over the crest there. And the problem is, every time you spin, you just, light the tires up, and then the next couple of laps are just like driving on ice. And yeah, just couldn't really get into a rhythm again. So it was really tricky night, and it got so hot in here as well that I had to try and turn the fan up whilst driving, which is never easy.
That
we
is
are
some
in a bit of a-
coordination.
No, the point was I did it and I went onto the grass at the same time. So it's a lack of coordination.
but it was worth it, right? For that cool air.
The only thing is, I needed to be able to reach the back of the fan to stop it from oscillating. But I couldn't reach that far. So I'm a bit messy in here right now.
Yeah, currently going through quite a hot period in the UK at the moment. Only to get hotter.
We picked a good day to have the longest race of the rookie season so far.
Indeed. Wait, was this the longest one? I thought we had a 90-minute.
Have we already had one?
I can't remember. I can't. All the pain of tonight has destroyed my memory. It was a night of what could have been, but never mind. Good news is I made it to the end of the race.
That's good. That's what I like to see, though. Adam, no quitting. Just get that damage repaired and go back out, man.
I don't mean the quitting. I mean my PC didn't crash.
Oh, that as well. Yeah. Yeah. So we've got 2 races left in the rookies, Adam. We've got a wet race at Silverstone and then a night race at Spa to finish. So that'll be fun.
No, you were right.
Fun.
60 minutes is the longest we've done. We did we did a 45-minute race to start. Then we did 2 half-an-hour races, and then last week was another 45. So yeah, 60 minutes is the longest we've done so far. So these rookies experiencing something new this week. Then yeah, like you said, what are the race lengths for those races? Silverstone is an hour and 15.
I was about to say, I'm hoping it was going to be about 5 minutes.
No, unfortunately, it's going to be 75 minutes. So that'll be slightly longer.
I might be ill next Thursday.
We'll think about that race length, I guess.
There's one mandatory pit in that race, so it's a low chance of rain, but when I say low, there might not be a lot of rain, but it probably will rain.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a flood out there.
Yeah, as in I think it'll be light rain, if any. But yeah.
Spa might be all right for me. I'm guessing that the Lexus at Spa might be quite tidy, because you actually get up into the 5th and 6th gear there. And that's where the thing comes alive.
Give the Lexus a chance to stretch its legs a bit.
It'll be my final 2 races in the Lexus, so yeah.
Yeah, the Spa's a 90-minute race, so even longer. But yeah.
I think we finished every rookie season with Spa, and maybe that's some sort of tradition, I guess.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Well, I think that just about wraps us up for tonight, doesn't it? I think we've had fun. I think maybe Adam didn't, but me and Dave certainly did watching.
Yep, we have.
Hey, Adam,
I had
Dave.
fun listening to you.
Oh, thanks, man. And Dave got 3 for 3 on the prediction, so that's
I did indeed.
really good going.
There's no need to show off.
Dear. So yeah, thanks again for everyone in chat tuning in. Hope the Wolf Pack had fun. Your guy won, and thanks everyone else for tuning in. Well,
thank you,
I
everyone.
guess say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. And hopefully Ben's listening so he can end the stream. Yes.